Adventure. That's what nurtures my soul. It has been almost 18 months since I visited this place due to the pandemic, but today I'm changing that. This beautiful Saturday morning, I'm meeting a group of climbers at Hueco Tanks. Hueco Tanks is a historic area of boulders and rocks located close to El Paso, Texas. It is considered one of the best places in the world for rock climbing. Its rock type is very unique due to the huecos, that is Spanish for hollows, on the rocks. I'm meeting some of the guys from the climbing community, and right off the bat I realized very quickly this is going to be intense. These guys literally walk on boulders, and meanwhile I'm using all my limbs to get to the top. Hueco Tanks is about 860 acres in area and offers several good sites to climb with different levels of difficulty. Not into climbing? No problem. The terrain is so diverse here that people who are not into climbing can visit this place and still have a great time. People come here to hike, bird watch, study nature and history, picnic, or stargaze. Or like me, I often come here with my students to do yoga.
That's your legs, girl.
I know.
You have like powerful legs. That's like the whole point of this exercise. Is to just like stand up on your feet. Yeah, you do so much yoga. You have like, your legs are probably the most powerful out of this whole group. So, like, the only difference is that like I'm more accustomed to just being in this kind of terrain.
The secret to rock climbing is a blend of technique, strength to give you the power you need, and also flexibility to give you the agility necessary to reach and stretch to get to the next boulder. Today, I definitely feel that my hips are getting a great workout. My legs at this point are feeling extremely tired. But aside from the workout, I'm loving the scenery. We climb and I realize this place keeps me curious. You never know what is at the other end of the rock tunnels you go through. And besides, I have to keep up with the guys. We're just hanging out with the guys, with the dudes this morning.
Boys.
It was hard. It was hard. Staying vertical. Oh my gosh. Albert.
Sorry, we're recording.
Can't help
so
it. You're with the boys, we said.
You said you were with the boys.
This comes with the territory.
This is the bench.
Terrain,
I
rough terrain, foul language sometimes.
No,
But
really?
we try and keep it to a minimum.
Okay.
With guests.
Therapy session this morning.
Oh my.
Anyways, we're here with the boys.
Yeah, I'm here with the dudes.
What mountain?
On West Mountain.
At Hueco Tanks.
Hueco Tanks.
Hueco Tanks and the west wing?
They call it West Mountain, but it's technically South Mountain. But
You
that
know,
country.
you can tell me whatever, northeast, and I will believe you. I don't know where the hell I am. I don't know. So.
We're actually in the state of Chihuahua.
Oh wow! Yeah,
Yeah.
we went that far.
You didn't notice. I know.
No. Cool. Right.
we supposed to climb after doing that hike? We do. I just got off this rock face.
Exactly. We just did one climb. We're still warming.
Oh, that was a warm up.
Yep. Part of it.
Got it. Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure my other friend Avril unfriended me on Facebook after I brought her here. Like this is a good B-roll right here through this cave. I put it on the wide angle so you can get some good action.
You did? Oh, yeah.
You see, it looks way nicer now. See that? Just like crawling.
Oh, yeah.
That's the B-roll you need. You can just put some good old yoga music over this so people don't hear you struggling.
And you guys, and your F-bumps.
Oh my gosh. Our F-bombs because we're so shocked that you don't know. The word fun? The word family? Fun, family, friendly, huh? Those are the F-bombs you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And there goes an F-bomb. Today I'm talking to Albert, who is a professional climber and owner of Sessions Climbing and Guiding Company. Alright, so today we're hanging out at Hueco Tanks. Beautiful Hueco Tanks with Monkey Man.
Not much of a monkey.
Albert. So, Albert, what can you tell us about yourself?
My name's Albert. I'm a local Pasoan. I've been coming to Hueco Tanks State Park and Historic Site for about 20 years to climb rocks, really. It's a little bit about me.
Nice. So I've been hanging out with a climbing community, with the dudes all morning, all day. I've been here for what?
We've been here for
five
like,
hours already?
Yeah, it's been about like 5 hours of good,
It's been a while.
good solid rock climbing. Mostly falling, but you don't really get to the top very often, as you can see.
You've been to a lot of places. Where have you been?
Other than Hueco Tanks, I've climbed in other countries like Mexico and South Africa. I've been to China, a couple other places, Australia, and then all over the U.S. I've been to Smith Rock. I've been in northern New Mexico, southern New Mexico, and California, Washington, so just various places, just climbing rocks, New York.
So how did you find out that you were an outdoor man, that you enjoy climbing rocks?
It just kind of happened. It was lucky. I was invited by someone casually who was walking around at UTEP when I was a freshman. He saw that I had a climbing brand, and I didn't even know it was a climbing brand hat. And he asked me if I wanted to go climbing with him, and so I joined him that weekend here at Hueco Tanks. And ever since then, I've basically climbed as often as I can, whenever I can.
And why Hueco Tanks? Why do you like Hueco Tanks so much?
I mean, if you just turn around, you can just see what we see. It's beautiful out here. It's serene. It's a good place to kind of lose yourself in thoughts, and then there's a lot of rocks to climb. I mean, in 20 years, I still haven't touched every single rock,
Wow.
and there's like a lifetime more climbing to be done. So I will continue to come out here and climb as many rocks as I can.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So what do you think when you're climbing rocks? What comes to your mind? What are you thinking in the moment? Or are you just in the zone and not thinking much?
Yeah, I do most of my thinking before the climb and after the climb. That's kind of like where I get really reflective, and I think about, before the what happens if I break? What happens if I fall? You know, at the same time I run through like how I'm going to climb the climb, like where I'm going to put my hands and feet and everything. And then when I'm climbing, I tend to just be really focused on getting the job done or getting the climb done, making sure that my hands go where they need to go, keeping my body tight, feet where they need to go. And if I get to the top, then a lot of times I tend to be very reflective and think about like how much time I put into the climb and like, how much effort it took and things of that nature. And so, yeah, most of the thinking happens before and after climbing. But for me, specifically during the climb, I kind of just get lost in the actions and am very focused in trying to, you know, get to the top from bottom to top.
Wow. That's your yoga. That's your sort of like your meditation.
Yeah, I mean, you can call it that. It
Right.
could definitely be called my zen, my happy place. You know, it's definitely how I de-stress. You know, I come out here all the time to get away from busy school life, work life. I love my family, but sometimes a break never hurts, you know?
Right.
So yeah, it's
Beautiful.
my zen.
So in the climbing community, do they do yoga? Is it important to stretch and have a flexible body?
I think it is. I mean, I personally have never done yoga. Maybe I'm just in denial because I do a lot of stretches. I stretch my back, my legs. You know, I guess it's called like the dog pose and child pose. I do that, you know, to
Right.
stretch my muscles and keep them loose for climbing. I don't necessarily practice yoga and go to studios or like meet with instructors. But yeah, there's like several climbers where there's a big crossover between being a yogi and being a climber. I know a lot of climbers who practice yoga routinely, and it definitely helps them when it comes to, you know, the flexibility and having the core strength to do certain moves on the rock. It kind of relates. And like you saw, you know, when people are climbing, it looks like they're dancing. It looks like they're doing these yoga
Right.
poses. It can be compared to yoga poses.
And
So-
there's a certain rhythm to the climbing, right? And you got to follow your breath as well. when
You
you're
have to
climbing.
breathe. Yeah, you have to breathe. You have to make sure your movement is right. And I mean, I see the parallels between yoga and climbing. And like I said, I know not a lot of climbers who do yoga and rock climb. I personally am not one of them, but definitely I think it would help if you happen to practice both.
Great. Well, if you ever need a yoga instructor.
I know that offer's been on the table for as long as I've known you.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. I don't know.
Sure. I'll keep trying. You know
Don't
that.
hold your breath there. No.
Well, thanks, Albert.
Of
It's
course.
been quite an experience. I every time that I come here is such a beautiful experience and adventure. Just being outdoors and connect with nature. And
Yeah.
thank you guys for
You know,
inviting me.
thank you for helping us. Really. It's more important. Like,
Hanging out with the dudes. So I love it. Well, thank you.
all right. Thank you so much.
Albert may not be into yoga like I am, but we share many things in common. We travel around the world looking for places to connect with nature and do what we're passionate about. There is something heavenly about the outdoors, away from schedules, traffic, emails. Out in nature, time stands still, just like when you hold a yoga pose. Hueco Tanks, sacred desert sanctuary, a place where I find my peace, serenity, and focus. A true gem, a beautiful gift from nature. Thank you for watching. From my heart to yours. Namaste.
you.